One, welcome to Extra Innings podcast with Andrew and Mason. This is our sports section, as we're going to call it. First things first.
No, we're not.
Shut up. First things first.
I hate
Francisco Lindor and Carlos Carrasco.
Carlos Carrasco. Who did they trade for? Who did they trade for? I'll look that up right now, unless you know.
I don't know off the top of my head. From what I've heard, it's not like It's like not. I don't think there's. I think there might be.
Is it prospect?
I think there might be one top 50 prospect in there right now, but other than that, that's all I know.
All the news articles say is Francisco Lindor and Carlos Carrasco are acquired. Nothing about new city and team. He's because, 4-time All-Star.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't come cheaply, is what the Mets president said. So they got infielders Andres, Jimenez, and Ahmed Rosario. That's probably why. Holy shit. I didn't realize they were giving up Ahmed Rosario for him.
Francisco Lindor's twice as good as Ahmed Rosario. So
yeah. No. Josh Wolf and outfielder Isaiah Green.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Francisco Lindor didn't like Cleveland, so obviously he wanted out.
Carlos Carrasco has 2 or 3 more good years than him. His battle with his illness definitely took some years off of his game, but he definitely has a few more good years left in him, good seasons left in him. I think he's going to slowly start going the path that Miguel Cabrera went, where he starts going downhill, so he's kind of irrelevant. But he's got a few more good years. Francisco Lindor has probably another decade of good baseball, if I had to guess. And Ahmed Rosario isn't really – he's good, but he's not as good as Francisco Lindor.
So Josh obviously Wolf, the Indians, which I think right now the Indians they lost their baseball team name, so technically it's just a Cleveland baseball team.
The Cleveland baseball team.
They did lose on that trade. Personally, I don't think they got the talent back that they deserved.
Well, that end if they kept Trevor Bauer, they probably would have made it to at least the championship.
Two more.
Maybe the World Series.
Yeah.
Because Trevor Bauer is what they need. Their pitching was a little bit not great. They were getting rocked.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I feel like if they kept Bauer, I think they're going to – sorry, Indians fans. You're not going to get anything good out of the Indians. Unless they're trying to rebuild, which is possible. They could be rebuilding around Ahmed Rosario, but I don't think so because they've got other veterans that they're rebuilding around. So I'm so confused as to what the move for that trade was.
Yeah, well, obviously Lindor just wanted out. Other news, college football, Devontae Smith won the Heisman over Mac Jones, Kyle Trask, and Trevor Lawrence. I mean, as he should.
Trevor Lawrence, yeah.
Devontae Smith had almost 100 receptions. I think he was 2 off of 100 receptions. He had like 1,600 yards and like 10 or 18 touchdowns or something like that. He won absolutely.
He basically died. He basically died and still played in the game.
Yeah, Devontae Smith was insane.
He's a beast, to say the least.
And then NFL playoffs start this weekend.
Excited about that.
Yeah, it's going to be big. If Mason was a bigger football fan, we'd do and if we knew how to work a little bit more of our stuff, we do unbiased playoff bracket, like build our own playoff bracket. But
I'd be the most unbiased because I don't watch NFL that much. College football, yeah, I watch that a good amount. But so moving on to NBA, I guess. We've got everyone going off. The Nets, we've talked about Kyrie Irving. We talked about KD. We haven't really talked about Jarrett Allen at all.
They lost to the Wizards that one night with
we haven't talked about KD. Yeah, we haven't talked about Jarrett Allen. Jarrett Allen on Tuesday put up 62 points for me in fantasy. He's not moving under the radar, but he's got Kyrie and Kobe, or not Kobe. Definitely not Kobe.
Yeah.
Kyrie and KD to work with. And 10 tonight, it's third quarter right now, and he's got me 26 points in fantasy. And so another few big scores for fantasy this week. Kyle Lowry with 47 points, Jimmy Butler with 48, Zion Williamson with 51, Tyrese Halliburton with 54, Rashawn Holmes with 51, DeMarcus Cousins with 41. Those are some big scores in fantasy. Obviously, there's more than that. Giannis didn't put up as big numbers. He put up 31. Kawhi didn't put up that big numbers. He put up 29. John Wall put up pretty big numbers against the Pacers. He put up 46. But other than that, nobody really put up huge numbers. A lot of guys
Talk about
put up
fantasy.
big numbers.
My one of my football leagues, the commissioner did all the way to week 17. So last week was the last week for fantasy football. It's the championship. I won the championship by like 100 points. My team was amazing.
Lucky. You got lucky. You faced somebody that was bad.
Maybe, I don't know. But anyways,
that's the face of somebody who knows.
This is what we're gonna call. We don't have a title for it yet, so we're just gonna call this the sports section where we talk about sports.
Sports segment. Section is a newspaper. Segment is like a TV show or podcast.
Segment. Okay. So and then now we're gonna send you off to interview.
Ivan Melendez, right?
Ivan Melendez, a Texas Longhorn baseball player.
Longhorn
good. It was a good interview. So
good interview. Good guy.
Advise you to stay tuned and watch. All right. I'll send you there.
Today we have a guest. He went to JUCO at Odessa and is now recruited to Texas University Longhorns. It is Ivan Melendez. How about you let him in?
Oh. You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Oh, shoot. Let me turn off my Bluetooth first.
All right.
All right, sorry about that, y'all. I was connected to my speaker. I had to turn off the Bluetooth real quick. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
How are you?
Doing good?
Thanks for coming on.
Dang, I could barely hear you guys. Hold on, man. Let's try this one more time. All right. Can you guys speak now? Let's see.
Yeah. You hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys now. Cool. Awesome.
All right. Thanks for coming on, man.
Oh, thanks for having me, Brad. Appreciate it.
All right, so we're going to start off. We're going to get this really quick. So we have a couple more guys that play for Longhorns that we want to interview. We're going to do like a Longhorns episode. So we got a few questions for you.
Okay.
And some other guys we're going to ask.
Awesome. Who else are you guys interviewing?
I'm not sure, honestly. I just like DM'd them really quick. I didn't get their names.
I got you. Cool deal.
All right, Andrew, you want to start off with like the first question?
Oh, yeah. The first question I want to ask is, you started in JUCO at Odessa, and so how did you make noise at a JUCO college to be able to be recruited by such a big D1 school like Texas?
So getting recruited out of high school, I think I was overlooked. I led the state in home runs with 15, and I only had 2 Division I offers, and they're from like really small schools. So I decided to go the junior college route because, I wanted to play every single day, as where if I went to that D1, I'd have been stuck there for 4 years. But, man, I just put my head down and I grinded. Whenever practice was over, I'd go to the weight room and get my extra work in while, everybody was messing around at the dorms and whatnot. So, my freshman year, I hit about 17 home runs with 80 RBIs. I batted like a little over 400. So, I guess that was a real eye opener for, recruiters and scouts and whatnot. And, so once I put up those numbers, I had about like 2 or 3 offers from every Power 5 conference. And, Texas was my dream school. So it was a no brainer for me.
Yeah. It seems like it's difficult when you're overlooked, it's difficult to make noise at like smaller schools, but obviously you made a lot of noise in high school and junior college.
Yeah.
So, second question I have for you: what are you trying to improve on most right now? Obviously, you're a pretty good hitter, but like, are you trying to improve on infield, outfield? What are you trying to improve on most?
I'm trying to improve at third, just because I played the corners on the infield, and I don't want to give the scouts any reason to not draft me high or choose me. I don't want to be one of those guys where it's just like, oh, he's just a first baseman that can hit. I want to work at third and get better there. So, that opens the eyes for scouts. Not only can I hit, but I can show my defense and whatnot. And, I'm a pretty big guy and I move well for my size. So I don't think that's an issue. So I think just working on my glove, that's the thing I need to work on the most.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, third question, get into it really quick. How do you keep baseball fun? Obviously, you've been playing for a while if you've made it this far. You have injuries, you have slumps, everything that gets difficult about the sport. How do you keep it fun?
I just see it as going out to the field with my best friends, and I just see baseball as like a side thing. I see going to the field as hanging out with the guys, getting to know them better, and bonding. But you can't make baseball more than what it is. You're gonna hear all these critics, all these articles on you, and if you pay close attention and all that, it's gonna bite you in the butt, and that's when baseball begins to not be fun anymore. So I think just ignore all the hype, go out there, play the game that you've been playing since you were 5 years old. Don't make it more than what it is, and go have fun. So that's just what I see.
Yeah. So I've got one more question, and then I think Andrew has one or two more. So
Okay.
2021, how does Texas look for 2021? You guys, are you confident about your season? How do you feel about the incoming freshman class, everything?
I feel pretty confident. I think right now, Perfect Game and all those, databases has us ranked in the top 20. I think we're at 15 on some. We're 22 on some, 14. I think we're ranked the highest, which is 14th on, I don't know what database it was, but I feel pretty confident about our team. We have the same team as last year, and with our signees coming in, our freshmen are a pretty strong group. We did lose about 4 to the draft. We had 4 high round draft picks lost, but we have 2 starting pitchers who are projected to go in the first round, P. Hansen, Ty Madden, and our field is stacked. I think, in the fall we had about half of our team bat over 300. Outfield is set. They're all, 3-year returning starters. So the outfield's not an issue. I'm competing for third. So, I'm going to go in there and give my team some good at-bats. And, the rest of the team is locked. So we just got to go out there and compete. But we have all the talent in the world. Our coach says that this is the most talented team he's had at Texas, and he's been there for about 6 years. So, that's a good start.
So that's probably exciting going into next season. Got a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah. All right, Andrew, you said you have 1 or 2 questions you wanted to get.
Yeah, I have about 2 questions. My first question for you is, so with being at Texas, it's a bigger school, bigger name school. Do you ever feel the concern that if you do get the starting job this year, that you could lose it to a freshman that comes in that is projected high in the draft, or like you said, do you feel like you could be overlooked at Texas with how big the school can be with the amount of freshmen that can come in and stuff like that?
Yeah, no, I try not to look at it like that. I just try to take it year by year, game by game. I just try to control what I can control. If I'm at practice, I want to be, I want to compete with the 2 or 3 guys at every position. I want to be the best I can be, because when you just compete, you bring the best out of everybody. And when you bring the best out of everybody, that's just how your team gets better. But no, I try not to stress over there's a big freshman coming in, this and that. I just try to manage the things I can control, and, see ball, hit ball, catch, see ball, catch ball, throw, just take care of the things I can control.
Yeah, last question for you, and then you can get on your day if you would like.
No, you guys could ask me all the questions you'd like, man. You're good.
For someone like me and Mason, we're around 16, about to get into the recruiting level. What is your best advice for someone like us or younger that you have either gotten or you could give to someone?
The biggest advice I could give you guys is just don't get caught up in all the hype, because you're going to see all kinds of 15, 16-year-olds commit to Ole Miss, Arkansas, all these big name schools. And I would say, don't get caught up in you have to go to this Perfect Game. You got to go to Prospect Wire. You got to go to area codes, all that just to be seen. My biggest advice is just to work at it, because, I wasn't highly recruited like those guys that played area code ball at a high school. And I caught up to them, or maybe even passed them, or I faced them and I hit a home run off them. It's not really about the hype. You just got to put in the work, because at the end of the day, the work shows. Whoever's working the hardest will have the best results. And it's what the game's all about, hard work. So just got to work at it, man.
That's a new one. We haven't heard that one yet. That's really good advice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, that's just,
Thanks for
you know,
coming on,
based
man.
off of my experience, you know, because everybody has
Mhm.
a different experience. But back when I was 15, 16, you know, I was a pitcher. I threw about like 88, you know, top to 89, and no colleges were offering me. I was a two-way, you know, I was hitting balls. I led the nation in exit velo at like 100 when I was 16, you know, whatever. And they still weren't offering me, and I just kind of got like discouraged. And that's when I knew, like, I just got to put my head down, ignore all the BS, and just go to work. And it finally paid off. So, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Hey, thanks
I
a
don't
lot
have
for
any
coming
more
on, man.
questions. Do you have any more questions, Mason?
No, I don't. I'm good.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
man, feel free to
with
ask.
that
If
being-
you guys can't think of a question right now, you know, feel free to DM me. I think Mason, you know, we're chatting through DM. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I'm always
that-
up for a podcast. But yeah, thanks for having me.
yeah, with that
Thanks a
being
lot for
said,
coming on.
I hope to see you playing around with Texas next year and maybe even in the league one day. So thank you for coming on.
No, man,
Thanks
thanks
a lot.
for having me, guys.
Yep.
Let me know if you guys
Holidays.
need anything else, man. Good luck with your
All right.
recruiting process. Let me know where you guys go. If you need help on anything, you know, any tips, advice, swings, you know, anything, man, feel free to DM me. I'm always available.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Take care.
You too.
You too. See ya.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, that was a good interview.
That was a very
So-
good interview.
With that being said, actually, I have a couple things to talk about. So our second episode that's coming out, it's a little bit of a longer episode, but that was actually recorded before we put our first episode out. A lot of these videos are going to be pre-recorded right now. But I just want to say thank you personally. We hit 171 views in 3 days since we posted the video. Insane support. When we first started this, we didn't think we would get more than 30 views, but with
Not what we
170 views
expected,
and
no.
even 17 subscribers, I think that this is going to go somewhere. It looks very promising to go somewhere.
Mhm.
And we really just want to say a huge thank you for everyone who
Yeah.
is supporting, sharing, subscribing, liking, commenting, etc. So with that being said, peace.